Alrighty, all welcome back to Z-Grill's Taste the Smoke. Of course, my name is Tommy, and I will be your host over here today. So today's show is going to be all about some appies for the big game. Of course, we are talking about some candied bacon, then some smoked out stuffed sausage balls, and if that wasn't good enough, how about some stuffed potato skins? Now look, I purposely put this menu together. The three appies have a lot in common. I wanted the same ingredients for all the apps, but I also wanted them to be completely different. After all, it is always all about choice. And now look, I am going to interloop all three of these recipes together. And as always, Z-Grills will have the full written recipes down in the description. So you can go to the grocery store and pick up exactly what you need. So what I want to do here now is let's start with our potatoes. We got to go in the house. We've got to get those cleaned. And again, I will show you guys step by step.
So the trick here, anytime you are doing a stuffed potato like this, is you want to choose all your potatoes about the same size. That way you are assured that they will all cook the same. So for a recipe of this type, a russet potato will do you well. Also a baking potato. Once washed off, you are just going to get a fork and carefully fork the potatoes. Then get yourself some olive oil and get those skinned all oiled up. Grab your favorite seasoning. The channel is just going to go with this is a mix I got that I keep in the cabinet. It is a basic kosher salt, 16 mesh black pepper, and granulated garlic.
So it is time to get that Z-Grills all fired up. As always, remember when you first fire up the Z, you're going to want to open that hood and let all that bad smoke dissipate. As that is happening, I am going to load it up with hickory pellets. Once that smoke has settled down, I will close the hood. I will set that dial to 250 Fahrenheit. Once that Z hits temp, I will bring you guys back. Alrighty, also first up is going to be our russet potatoes. We will get those in middle shelf. Now I am figuring we are going to take them up to about 180 Fahrenheit internal, and that should get there in about 45 minutes to an hour. In the meantime, let's turn our attention back to the board. We've got some fresh cheeses to grate up, and we've got to move on to the next appetizer.
So if you can go fresh cheeses, I would definitely highly recommend it. The channel has picked two. I've got a white extra sharp cheddar and also your basic yellow extra sharp cheddar. And we are looking at about a total of 2 cups, as we will use this in our stuffed potatoes as well as our sausage balls, which we are going to make up right now. And that'll start with about a pound of sausage. You can go a breakfast sausage or a mild or even a spicy sausage. From there, we will hit it with some Bisquick. And also remember, the full written recipe will be down in the description. You are going to want to incorporate that together. Now we are going to hit it with some cheeses. We are going to hit it with a little bit of jalapeno. I want a little bit of bite, and also the remaining ingredients will go in, as well as a little bit of maple syrup. Get a good mix on that. Grab yourself a wire rack. We are going to form these out a little bit bigger than a ping pong ball, a little bit less than a pool ball, probably about 1 inch by inch or so.
So we will allow those sausage balls to come up to room temperature. Meanwhile, our potatoes have been in for about an hour at that 250 Fahrenheit. And as you could see, we are about 170, 175 internal on the potatoes. That is going to be just about perfect. We will get the potatoes off. We're just going to put them on the side. They're going to have to cool down before we take those to the next step. In the meantime, I want to turn our attention to the board. I've got some thick cut bacon laid out, and I am about to show you how to turn that into candied bacon.
So candied bacon is certainly a treat, and once you do it once, you're going to want to do it again. I can guarantee it. It is all going to start with a thick cut bacon. That is important to the recipe. Get yourself a good organic maple syrup, and you are going to brush each piece of bacon with the maple syrup. Once you get that top side all brushed, grab your dark brown sugar because you are going to cover each piece of bacon with the brown sugar. I guess by now you know where we're going with this. And also of note here, I've got it on a wire rack and also a tin underneath the wall rack. Now I am going to use an Uncle Steve's dessert shake. If you don't have this dessert shake, you're going to want to put something sweet on it. So choose your rub accordingly. You are going to get all that rub on top of the bacon. We're only going to do one side now because this is going to go in the pit at that 250 to 275 Fahrenheit. And we are looking to take this for about 15-20 minutes. In the meantime, let's turn our attention back to the potatoes. So keep in mind here, the potatoes have cooled down. You are going to give them a cut in half. Try to keep it in the middle if you can. And at 170 Fahrenheit, the potatoes in the middle are still a little semi-hard. That is okay because that is going to make this process a lot more easier. I will score it with a knife carefully. You do not want to pierce the skin. And then I will just get a spoon and just start taking the pulp out. Take your time. You can leave a good solid quarter-inch of potato in there is perfect. I will grab my granulated garlic, kosher salt, and black pepper because you're going to want to season up every potato. From there, I've got some unsalted butter. I will put one little piece in each potato. Remember, these are going to go back in the pit to finish off. In the meantime, it's been about 20 minutes that our bacon has been in, so let's get on over to the pit. Let's get the bacon out. We got to flip it, and we will take this all to that next step.
So at about 20 minutes in, it is time to get our bacon off and take it to the next step. And you are definitely going to need a pair of tongs here because you are going to want to flip each individual piece of bacon to the other side. At that point, grab your maple syrup, also grab your brown sugar, and of course that rub, because we are going to repeat the process. Maple syrup goes on first, follow that up with that brown sugar, and again, hit it with that rub. And of course, that bacon is going to go back in the pit. But hold on 1 second, because grab those potatoes. They are going to hitch a ride on the bottom because we've got to finish those off a little bit. Shut it down. Now, you could set your temp anywhere from 275 to 3 1/4. It really doesn't matter. We will let that bacon go for about another 10-15 minutes or so. At that time, I will bring you guys back. 20 minutes down, I can tell you our bacon is finished. That is app number 1 completed. And look at the color of that bacon. I mean, it looks absolutely incredible. We are gonna get that bacon moved on over to the board and just admire it for about 30 seconds or so. Now we are gonna grab those sausage balls because they gotta get on the pit and go for about 20 minutes or so, or 165 internal. At that point, the potatoes are gonna come off. We will move those to the board. We've gotta dress those up. We've gotta get those back on the pit. And these 3 appetizers are coming together without a hitch. So let's turn our attention to the board. Let's get those potatoes dressed up and let's get this show completed.
So there is no rule of thumb here with these potatoes. You could stuff them any way you see fit. The channel loves bacon stuffed in, so I am going to get plenty of bacon in. I will follow that out with some green onion. If you've got a little garlic, you could put a little bit of garlic in there also. I am then going to follow it up with some jalapenos. I got these diced out fine. I want a little bit of a bite. I will probably finish these off with some sort of sour cream, so the jalapenos will be perfect. And then I am going to grab my cheeses and get the stuffing. And trust me when I tell you here, you want to get plenty of cheese in each potatoes because that there is going to take this whole friggin' thing right through the roof with flavor.
So appy number 2 is completed. Of course, I am talking about our sausage balls. Now I left them in an extra 5 minutes. I like a little bit more color on the outskirts of my sausage than maybe you do. I can tell you these are up and over 200. That is going to be perfect for me. We will get those sausage balls off. We got to move those to the board where they're going to rest for a couple moments. And I am definitely digging the color of those. In the meantime, grab those potatoes. We've got to get those potatoes in. We are at about 3¼ in the pit. These potatoes are going to be done when that cheese is nice and melted. And I am only thinking that is going to take about 15 minutes or so. At that point, I will bring you guys back. We will get the potatoes off, get them on the board, bring everything together, do that taste test, talk about it, and close out the show.
Alrighty, and just like that, all 3 apps are completed. And of course, these potatoes look absolutely incredible. We will get everything moved on over to the board. I am going to plate these up. Of course, we've got our sausage balls. I will get a couple potatoes down. And also, we've got that candied bacon. We will move that over into position. Let's take this in live now, do that taste test, talk about it, and close out the show.
Alrighty, all, and here is going to be my Super Bowl spread. Let me know down in the description if you are going to give any of these a try or what you are going to throw down on your table. Of course, we've got some cheesy sausage balls. I've got some stuffed potatoes and also some candied bacon. And look, as far as sauces, you can go with a, I didn't want to put too much on this all these recipes here. This is a lot of info here, but you can go with just a plain sour cream. You can go with a remoulade sauce would be perfect with these. Of course, sour cream for the potatoes, remoulade over here, and this candied bacon. Trust me when I tell you, it needs absolutely nothing. Let's go on in. I'll do that little taste test and explain to what we got. Oh, yeah. Of course, first up is going to be this candied bacon. Cheers. So I can tell you right off the bat with this candied bacon, if you've never had it before, you're definitely going to want to make it, as it is certainly a treat. I mean, I would like to call it like a bacon on steroids. I mean, it is that good, but like I said, it is definitely going to be a treat. Next up, we are going to go to our cheesy sausage balls. I'll pick me a winner. And of course, cheers. So look, the sausage balls have I've got that jalapeno in there, so it definitely gives it a good bite. You could pick up the garlic, of course, the seasonings, the Bisquics, the jalapenos, and definitely the sausage. I went with a mild sausage. You can go hot or you can go sweet. And of course, I've got a little bit of that maple syrup in there that just ties it all together. Now, last up and certainly not least is going to be our stuffed potatoes. And of course, cheers. And look, these are grab and go. These are grab and go. These are put your sour cream or whatever it is you are going to top it with. Wow. So look, what could I say about that? I thought the candied bacon obviously is friggin' amazing. Then you get the sausage balls and you're like, wow, man, this is even better than the candied bacon. And then you get these stuffed potatoes and you are like, wow, this is better than the sausage and the bacon. I am telling you right now, these all 3 here are winners. They're all simple to do. They all share about the same ingredients. I felt that was important. So when you go to the store, you're not going to buy a million different ingredients. They all pretty much share the same thing. And that is going to close out this show here. Again, my name is Tommy. Do not forget that Z-Grills will have this full recipe down in the description and blog form. I'll have this all broken up down there for you guys. So if you decide to make the sausage balls, you can just grab that and go, or the candied bacon and do that up, or those stuffed potatoes and do that up. So look, that is going to be it for this show. Do not forget to get outside and fire up those Z-Grills so you guys can also taste the smoke. Again, my name is Tommy. I appreciate all you guys for watching. And until next time, we will see you soon.